everybody, welcome to the live show. It is Sunday evening, daylight savings time, so I'm sure everybody else is exhausted too, mentally and physically. I mean, that daylight savings time just kills you, especially when we spring forward and we lose an hour of sleep. But guess what? It's nice to see it's still light out until like 7 o'clock, past 7. So that is nice. And let's go through the market and see what's going to be nice besides oil. Oil is way up right now. It's surging. And we'll see what else is going to be surging. For the morning, all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Here we go. It was red on Friday, if you remember. And check this out right here. I do love this little feature right here by FinViz, but it says the weekend brief. And we'll read it real quick. It may take me a minute, but U.S. stock futures slide as the Middle East tensions close. Strait of Hormuz. Is that how you say that? Laptop travel. He sent me the pronunciation before. I don't remember. Anyway, sending oil prices soaring and fueling stagflation fears ahead of key inflation data and tech earnings. So that you can make sense of, and all kinds of other good info down there, but we're not going to go through all that. We're going to go through the stock charts and see what's going on. And remember that Parasso thing was flying. That's been on Laptop Travel's list a whole lot of time. All you had to do was buy it one time and hold it, I guess, and you would have made money on Friday because the thing went nutty. DXST right there was running up. It's called Decent Holding. And EDSA right there, another one, a biotech. Some of these biotechs really running, and CRE was running up. Let's see what our news is, and then we'll go through our list and see what's going on. Sam, Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez, Doge Mama 9, everybody else hanging out. How are we? Hormuz, that's how you say it. The Strait of Hormuz. Thank you, Laptop Travel. See, I told you, he gives me all the pronunciation so I can say things correctly. And I appreciate it. And let's see, and thank you, Luis Rodriguez. We'll definitely get to your list right there. I literally had just posted it out when you were like, here, I'll post out the list. But I've been running late. I think everybody's like off today because of daylight savings time. I swear that extra hour helps. It is nice that the daylight, you get used to it, but the first night or two, it's like, holy cow, I don't have enough time to get anything done. And everything's, you're just like thinking like, well, it should really be like 7 o'clock, I think. But anyway, it's not a big deal. You get used to it. And let's see, oil tops $100. Stocks drop as Iran war escalates. Oil surges, shares skid in Asia as Middle East conflict rages, and Iran picks Khamenei's, I don't know how to say his name either, son as the supreme leader. There you go. And the oil vaults above 100. I wish I'd still had them calls. USO, good evening, Doge Mama 9. My calls were expiring Friday anyway, so I had basically 0 DTEs going in. I guess I should have picked up some more. They're going to be paying real nice again on to tomorrow morning, that's for sure. And let's see, U.S. stock futures slammed as oil prices surge to $100 a barrel. So there you go. Overnight, Tesla, I'll bring that up. Let's go. Actually, we'll start the show a little differently. How about that? And we'll go through our Mag 7 real quick. We'll go through it again if we forget. But here's your SPY way down, your Qs. They were all dipping at the end of the day. Some more right there. And I just am interested in what Luis Rodriguez posted up. Tesla right there. Oh, that's not Tesla. That's Tesla. I was going to say, Tesla got real cheap. What was that? TLSA? It's no, look at that. It's Tiziana Life Sciences. I was going to say, damn, Tesla got real cheap right there at $1.43. Who would be buying a lot of Tesla if it was at $1.43 right now? I think everybody, right? But Tesla right there, $3.96. And what did you say? It was at $3.89. So that is way down. Google right here, GOGL you gave me, but that is at $2.95. That's down. MU at $3.55. That took a big dip. And Microsoft at $400. I know that's down because it was definitely over $400 on Friday when it closed. So thank you right there for that info, Luis Rodriguez. And Laptop. The Qs are at 77.48. What? They can't be that low. Oh, SQQ. Okay, I was going to say the Qs can't be that low. SQQ could be right there. And that's at 77. Yeah, that's up right now. That's your Ultra Pro short on your Qs. That's up right now. And UAE is diverting oil through, how did you say that, Lab? Hormuz. Middle East Gulf Coast countries diverting LNG exports to ship through the Mediterranean instead. Whatever that means, you guys probably make sense of it, but I don't. And so there you go. Thank you, Laptop Travel, for that. And the updates right there. So let's go ahead, see what's going on. We'll go through our Laptop Travel list, our Luis Rodriguez list, and all of our other lists here and see what our market's going to look like. But I have a feeling USO, look at it. It was over 100 right there. 112. Oh, man, if I still had calls, like I said, they were already expiring, but if I'd bought them out a little further, wow, they would have been up. I mean, they were up 433% Friday morning. So just imagine what they would be up today or tomorrow. I mean, they would have been crazy right there. And honestly, what the heck are these other ones? I'm trying to think of them. I have them written down over here. Hold on. T-PET, that's one of them right here. TPET, I'd keep an eye on that thing tomorrow. And what was the other one that kept running around? T-PET, there was another one. I just can't even think of it. What the heck was it? I thought I wrote it down. I don't even see it. But anyway, what was that other cheap one that kept running around, that oil and gas? I just can't even think of it. But T-PET right there. Keep an eye on that one as well. And we'll think of the other one. I know Indo right there is probably going to be looking pretty good again. And I know that's on the Laptop Travel list tonight. And I just can't think of that other one. Somebody else can throw that up there for me because I can't. I'm drawing a blank. Which one was popping last week? That was that oil one. I didn't see it up here. It might be in the active ones, but I'm not exactly sure. But we can go over here and check out these guys. Look at this DXST Waste Management right there. Decent holding. That MOBX was running around as well. The semiconductors. There's that T-PET. Now we got to find the other one. What the heck was the other one? This is Trio Petroleum. There was a second oil cheap one that was running around last week, and that was it right there. BANL, was that it? What was that called? No, that wasn't it. What the heck was it? It was I think it might have started with a B though. I can't think of it. ONDS right there. There you go. Battalion. Thank you, Laptop Travel. Battalion Oil. I could not think of the name, the letters. Oh, when you said the B one, BANL, it did kind of I was like, maybe it starts with a B, but I still couldn't think of anything. Holy cow. This one right here, guys, BATL. This one still could be a good play for tomorrow based on the oil running up overnight right here. So let's go ahead and look and see what else is going on. HIMS halted in overnight hours after surging. Did it really? I know it ran up on Friday. I do remember in the after hours. Is that when it was running? I just remember it running at some point right there. And it was right at the holy cow. What was that big spike up for? Whatever it was, it looks like it might have been shady then because they halted them in overnight hours. That's pretty crazy at 22.40 right there. Interesting, Luis Rodriguez. That's for sure. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have. And if you guys have anything else, Indo, yep, that one looks good. Doge Mama 9. It was the one I was thinking was Battalion, but yeah, T-PET, Indo, Battalion. They're going to be the three tomorrow that you're probably going to want to keep an eye on, considering oil is flying right there. And then, of course, USO is always going to be like a top pick. And like I said, you guys know I had calls on them Thursday going into Friday, and they paid pretty well. So there you are with that. And here we go with our list, everybody. And I hope everybody did enjoy their weekend and their daylight savings time, and it lost an hour of sleep. And this morning, everybody woke up pretty tired, I bet, or just woke up late like me. I just woke up. It was like super late. I was like, I never sleep this late, but there you are. ONDS right here. This one was sleeping late on Friday because it did dip down. It looked good in the morning, like I said, and then it dipped down and went to sleep right in the afternoon right there. Look at that thing. That did have a late sleep right there on ONDS. So I don't know. These drone stocks, they I would say, to be honest with you, my prediction with these guys right now, just because of what the situation is geopolitically, I think you play the dips on these, especially if it comes down to like your 943. Just watch any trend lines on these bad boys, even your moving day averages, and I think you could see bounces off of these drone stocks. I think the dips are probably going to be opportunities, and they keep bouncing up. that's just my projection. At least this week, as long as this Iran war is going on, because everything's based on drones now. I mean, they're talking about possibly moving troops in there, but they're still not going to move like troops like they used to move troops. They're going to move troops in there so they can send off more drones and more military equipment. That's what these wars are going to look like nowadays. Of course, you're going to have your super teams and things like that go in and do crazy missions. You're going to see them guys, but they're only going to be called in for super missions, and most of it's going to be tactical and that type of thing. At least I think so, and that's what we've been seeing. So ONDS, I do think you could have a very good chance of it running up. UMAC right here was running up and could continue to run up. Remember, we looked at this website the other day. It was pretty interesting, and they're another drone company right here. So I do think ONDS could be a good opportunity. And there's UMAC. Remember this thing? This thing was pretty cool right there. So that is another one right there. Galaxy was dipping back down, and Bitcoin is down right here. It's at 66,258. Remember, it was just running up the other day? Well, it came right back down, that's for sure. Ethereum went right back under 2,000. It's at 1945 right now. And Solana is at 82.03. Cardano's at 25 cents. Chainlink's at 856. I almost said 80. 856 right there. Stellar at 14 cents. And your Ripple is at $1.34. So that is what our crypto looks like at the moment right now. Let's just take a quick look while we were hitting Galaxy right there. Like I said, pretty nice little pullback right there on your Bitcoin, and the rest of them kind of look the same. I'm not going to lie. They've been following the same suit right there, but that could be your bottom look for Bitcoin, and then you could get rolling back off the MACD, but it did kind of drop under that 20 right there today. It was doing it yesterday, and then obviously it stayed under there today. So we'll see if it has that roll off. We'll be able to tell more tomorrow. So we'll be watching that in the morning as well. And let's continue right through ASTS right here. Not AST, but ASTS. That was an interesting one. This one went blasting off in the morning too, and then went straight down in the afternoon, right after we got off the air, as a matter of fact, in live trading, and we were talking about it. And look at this thing. This thing was like 1,000. If you had bought the 0 DTEs on Friday, right at the open, we were talking about it, they were up like 1,000% right there, and then it just went off a cliff. So that's why sometimes it's why if you know it's going to pop like that, it forces you just sell that bad boy while they're way up, because what are you going to risk the afternoon for when it just popped up like that? They're going to expire, and if they dip down, they're going to be out. So it kind of forces you sometimes. I'm not saying that you want to play 0 DTEs. I'm just saying that's what ends up happening, though, if you do get into 0 DTs. And obviously, these ones usually expire each week, I believe. So if you jump in them on a Friday, they're going to, see weekly. And then if you jump in them on a Friday, you're going to be at a 0 DTE right there. But like I said, I'm not suggesting that. But if you know which way it's going to move, like this kind of move, that's a huge move, especially on a 0 DTE, if that's the way you play it. But anyway, that is your ASTS right there. UMAC was running up. Your Redwire was dipping down a little bit. And another one, I mean, that's an aerospace and defense one. We'll take a look at it. Rocket Lab was looking really good the other day. It spiked up. Another one ran up in the morning, pulled back a little, had a little spike, and then did pull back at the end of the day. We'll have to see how Rocket Lab opens up, but I still think this one's looking pretty good, guys. I think that one could be a good player right there. RKLB, keep an eye on that. I think any dips might be a good opportunity right there for that bad boy. And what about your nuclear stocks right here in NKLR? And that one down 35 cents, sitting on that trend line right there, could be a good popper. Good bounce play anyway. And SMR right there was dipping down as well to the bottom. And let's see, what is the Oklo? That's the one on our list. Holy cow, my memory. Oklo right here was down as well. So they may actually pull back some more, and we'll have to see what they want to look like. How about the uranium sector? This is that Michael Anthony one, and that one was pulling back on Friday, and we'll see what that wants to do right there. We'll take a look and see what uranium wants to do. But EOSE right here, that was pulling back after it just run up there, and it looks like it could continue to pull back. Look at it. It looks like it wants to roll off going down. So you play the pop and the curl real quick, which is right there, them 3 candles, even if you lasted that long. And then you got to get out of these things on these pops because they do pull back relatively quick. And this market is very, very volatile, as obviously everybody can see. And this iron right here pulling back pretty good. That looks like it's going to come down, guys. So we might want to keep an eye on that one. Just coming down, maybe. I don't even know. I don't think I've ever played this one before, but they do have options. So check out this guy if you're looking at puts, and obviously we'll look at them in the morning and see how they look, but that looks like it wants to go down right there. Iron. And then your critical metals and all these guys were pulling back, and you saw right here. Hold on, let me get to it. There you go. That was dipping down. MP was pulling back, and they look like they could possibly pull back a little bit more. MP didn't have that bad of a look, but it was still pulling back right there. ASPI was running up. That's that chemical company. I don't know what they had going on. Let's see, ASPI, Quantum Leap. I don't even know what's going on there. But anyway, I know it was running on Friday. Remember, we'd been looking at that. We added that to our list. And our 4Us was the other one. That's 3Us right there. That's that universal safety. This is 4Us. And that looks like it could be dipping down some more. So definitely ones to keep an eye on. Berna had looked pretty good Friday. It was on Laptop Travel's list as well. I didn't put it down twice, but I know it was on its list. And honestly, look for this one to possibly bounce off that MACD, or you're going to be coming down to your 1153 area. So you can keep an eye on Berna. That's not looking too bad right there. And so yeah, they have them really cool guns, that's for sure. And UAVS is another one had been getting set up. It's been running up here. It almost looks like a little healthy pullback right there. So I would keep an eye on this thing. And obviously that thing did run up pretty good. We'll watch it this week and see if it wants to continue. Lightpath has been pulling back. It bounced around too. I think this was up Friday morning. Yeah, that one. I remember looking at this. That one went straight up, and then that took a sleeper on Friday. So I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened. Everything was selling off. That's what was going off. That's what was going on there. But anyway, Carmen right here. This is an aerospace and defense one, and this one was jumping up, and that looks like it could continue to jump up there for KRMN. So watch that one tomorrow morning. We'll keep our eyes on that. And then your Katos right here is another one, and that was looking pretty good as well. So I think that one could be getting set up, and I'm going to keep an eye on Katos and Carmen right there in the morning. Just give them a mark right there. And then your SATS right here was down pretty good. And that DXYZ was down as well. So both of them space ones were pulling back. Gush right here is your oil and gas. And I'd imagine that's going to be popping up in the morning. That's for sure. And Boyle was running. And that's your natural gas. That looks like it might continue up. So maybe your Boyle and Gush might be two good opportunities tomorrow. We'll have to see what natural gas looks like, but oil and gas looks like it wants to run. RGTI just kind of hanging out, but not a bad look, guys. I would say we'll keep an eye on it. And let's look at the rest of these quantum and computer hardware ones. They did have a little bit of pullback right there, that QBT, and some of them were pulling back on Friday. There's that D-Wave QBTS, but that doesn't look too bad right there. And remember, QMCO had been running, and it's still, I mean, that one's flat. I'd have to look at it tomorrow, see how it wants to react over the weekend. And QTUM, though, is the Defiance Quantum ETF, and usually dictates which way they're going to go. And they are pulling back right here, that Quantum. At least that one is anyway. And this QSI's been struggling down here. It was trying to get set up, and it's no longer getting set up. It was dipping down. IONQ, that could have a little roll off. And another one that we'll look at, RCAT was running the other day. Look at that big spike over $18. That thing was running up there as well. And that's an aerospace and defense one that could continue to run up there. And we'll look at that Z-Space pulling back right there. And like I said, this thing's going to have to like either reverse split at this point or have an offering or something. I just can't imagine it going this long or much longer without doing that at that look too. But there you go for your quantum and computer hardware ones. And let's take a look and see what some of our healthcare ones are, because they were pulling back. UNH didn't look terrible. It was a pretty good pullback, but didn't look terrible right there. MOH was pulling back, and I think it could pull back a little bit more tomorrow as it comes down to that trend line. And then your Oscar right here is pulling back as well. You probably will meet up with the 20 right there, and we'll see if it wants to even stop at that. So that is what them healthcare ones look like. And let's look at Mobilicom, because this is an Israeli aerospace and defense one, and it was pulling back on Friday, but let's see. It could be bouncing right back up. Look at it on that trend line right there. I would keep an eye on on Mobilicom and see if it wants to run tomorrow. So let's definitely keep an eye on that one. And your Sinez Tech right here. And what happened, Laptop Travel? Is this thing like suspended or something? I'm not even sure. It definitely looks pretty good right there with your 20 and 50 meeting up, and it definitely looks like it wants to curl up and run right there as well. So that's your Sinez Tech, and it's not looking bad. And we'll have to see what's going on because it was like something weird was going on with the trading on it the other day. I didn't even. I might have to reset the trend spider. I don't know if I did. I was just running around. I don't know if I did that. I usually do. I try to remember anyway, especially over the weekend. It usually needs to. But anyway, there you go. Anyway, there you go. And there you are. Boom. Sinez Tech. Look at that. Honestly, that looks really good. Whatever happened to this, Louis Rodriguez? Laptop Travel. What happened to this? Because wasn't the trading messed up on it on Webull or something? Didn't they say something about the trading? I forget what it said on Thursday or something, right? Wednesday or Thursday? I don't remember what it was. And IMRX, let us know if you remember Laptop Travel. IMRX looking good too. Remember these two? So I would say these two right here, Sinez Tech, just the way they look, and IMRX was definitely looking good. That's that pancreatic cancer one right there. So keep an eye on that. Boil's up 10%. Hold on. What is that? That's the oil, or that's natural gas is up 10%. Wow, that's crazy. What's Gush up then? Louis Rodriguez is at 0.29. Wait, what did Boyle say over here? I didn't even pay attention. It just says 1% right there. It's up 10%. That's crazy. And what's Gush up then overnight? And let us know what Gush is up because that's your oil and gas one. And we'll see what that's up. And there you go. Let's see. Let's continue right through and see what's happening. Mini Me Khamenei or whatever his name is Iran's new supreme leader. Yeah, we read that on the news at the beginning. Luis Rodriguez. So yeah, his son, I guess, is that his eldest son? I have no idea. Like I said, I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, of course, he's probably excited to do it, but I don't know if that's going to be such a good tough gig to walk into. Yeah, Luis Rodriguez. That's what I'm saying. You might have a pretty big target on your back. You would assume like your life might not last that much longer if that's the position you take. I don't know. It's just what I would assume. I would be like, well, I guess my days are pretty numbered now as the supreme leader of Iran. I guess they'll put my name up on a billboard or a plaque, I mean, and it'll probably be like March, whatever today's date is. I have no idea, the 8th or something, and it'll probably be to like March 10th in 2026. It won't even be a whole year, it'll be 2 days. And that dude's going to be getting eliminated. So, yeah, check out the poly market for his life expectancy odds. That's a great idea. Let's go and look at them, Laptop Travel. I think you might have a great idea right there. I guess that would be called geopolitics. What do I even look at right there? Let me see. What's his son's name? That's what I'm trying to know what his name is. I have no idea. Let me see if I just put in his name. Hold on. Oh, wait. What the heck just happened? I wanted to see shoot. I want to see. Hold on. This he was out by I'd say he was out. Or these things that we were searching, I have no idea. But anyway, what's this dude's name? Khamenei? What? I have no idea. How do you spell that thing? Is that how you spell it? Something like that. Son dead. I don't see anything, guys. See if you find it and tell me what it's under. I don't see anything on here. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have some odds on his life over here. I mean, it is kind of crazy, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, let me know if Polymarket does. I don't see anything. They have the next leader, and I think it was his son. I did see they announced that today, so that's got to be off the board now. And let's see. I guess somebody's got to be. What does it say? Why doesn't have like his son like 100%? I don't even know. I don't even get that. But anyway, Mohammed. Oh, that's not his son. I don't know. Don't ask me. All them names look kind of crazy. But did you guys see the airplane? The airline? Oh, what did I just X out of? I don't know, something. But did you guys see that airline too? That they were like somebody was yelling that there was a bomb on it or something. Something crazy was going down, and then they had to take that dude off the plane. But they had like everybody up with their hands up and their heads down. That shit was crazy. Can you imagine in this day and age? I'm telling you, if I'm on a plane and someone gets up and says there's a bomb, that dude's getting knocked out. He's getting just, I mean, you kind of hope that he didn't have one, but he's getting smoked. I'll tell you that. He's just getting smashed into pieces immediately. I'm like, well, we'll go find his luggage and see if there's really a bomb. And then we'll have to figure this out. But chances are they usually don't because they don't probably try. I don't know. They are crazy people. And anyway, so yeah, that's crazy. Can you imagine that shit? That would be nuts. Gosh, right there, 38.81. Yeah, that's definitely up quite a bit. And that is your oil and gas. So let's see. Gold is down. I'm telling you, that gold was looking good Friday. I will say it looked a lot better, but it didn't look perfect. I thought silver, honestly, was the better bet just because it's cheaper. And it looked a little bit better. What's silver out? Silver out. He just I was just reading Laptop Travel and trying to talk at the same time. That doesn't work. His message said next leader out of power before 2027. But yeah, what is silver at overnight, Luis Rodriguez? And then we'll cruise right through the rest of our list and see what else is going on right here. Let me see. IMRX, we just kind of made a right turn, but this thing is looking pretty good right here. Ross Progressive G, if you guys are hanging out, this bad boy looks good. I know we like that thing in our Discord. And CMG, oh, what am I doing? That's Canadian Imperial Bank. I mean, that's been pretty bullish, but it looks like it's going down. And that's the poly market category. Next leader out of power. That's what we have to look at right there. Next leader out of power. Let's see. Let me see. I guess I'm gonna have to search that bad boy, huh? All right, let me check. Iran agrees to end enrichment of uranium. I doubt it. I mean, I would have to say that that's probably not going to happen, right? Let me see. Silver's there. Let me see. Next leader. Let me do this. Next leader out. Oh, wait. I just saw this one out of power. Is this, I think so. Yeah, I think that's what he had. And let's see. What the heck are these people? Oh, Hungary. Why are we taking out the Hungary prime minister? Cuba's president looks like he's not. His odds aren't too good. But I don't even see Zelensky right there. The German dude, none. And this is the Syria Trump, 3%. I don't think he's going anywhere. Mexico, and I don't even see Laptop Travel. Oh, here he is. Supreme. Oh no, that's North Korea. I guess they didn't even add him on there yet. He might go right to the hot top. Oh, those are the expected next leaders to be out. Yeah, that's this dude. I just want to see when this guy's going to croak. When we're going to take him out completely. But anyway, we'll go back, and if Laptop Travel finds it, we'll look. And we are going to CMG, and that's Chipotle, and that was down big the other day. That one actually didn't look too bad. Cracker Barrel looked like it was going to dip. And it did dip, and here you go. I think it might be falling in a wrong time at the wrong place at the wrong time. I think that's how you say it. And yeah, Cracker Barrel, wrong place at the wrong time right here because it is going to be pulling back. It looks like, and it didn't need to pull back right there. It needed to be popping, and I don't think it's going to be. So that might get hit. Laptop Travel right at the beginning when they usually get popping, like you were saying, and it was setting up. This whole market could be pulling back here. So we'll be watching all that. Plug right here. That was plugging along all week and then came down Thursday and Friday, but that one could plug back up and go up again this week. So definitely keep an eye on that. QuantumScape has just been down there, not doing a whole lot right there. And then your rocket right here, Zach. Whoa, it took a big dip on Friday. I don't know if I was even paying attention too much on the rocket on Friday, but that is a nice dip. We got to see if that's going in the basement. Almost looks like it wants to, and it didn't really look like it wanted to dip that hard. I'm not going to lie. So we'll have to keep an eye on RKT right here because that one did take a nice dip. Look at that bad boy. So that is a nice little dip right there. on your RKT. And let's see what else is on our list right here besides Lucid. And that is what was it doing? It was down a little bit. I have to look at Lucid right here and see because it wasn't looking too bad. It's pulling back a little bit. We'll have to see what that's up to. And Rivian right here was up. And like I said, I thought Rivian, remember, we thought Lucid didn't look too bad the other day either. But there's Rivian trying to run up. We'll obviously have to see how that looks, but it doesn't look too bad going into tomorrow, obviously, right there off of that look. And we'll see how it looks tomorrow morning for Rivian right there. So that is your RIVN and Lucid, and Rich Tech Robotics was down a little bit, and that's pulling back a little bit. And then your Galt right here, that was running up. I'm telling you, this thing's getting set back up, guys. I think that one could be another good one, just like that IMRX and Sinestech. I think Galt could be one too that you could keep an eye on. And Fun was pulling back right there. Laptop Travel, it didn't look so fun on Friday. We'll see if that's going to be a popper or tomorrow if it can get turned back around, but doesn't look perfect right there. Let's put it that way. And that could be another victim of the market. So we'll have to see about Fun. And then your player right there, Dave and Buster's, is pulling back. That looks like it might be pulling back. So we'll have to see if Dave and Buster's is going to pull back. I'm going to play with an arrow down right there. I have it next to Iron because I thought Iron was coming down as well, just to let you know what I was writing down. And Grab right here is pulling back. So we'll have to see when we want to grab them at the bottom. AMPX was ripping, though, guys, and that one could continue to run up there. So you might want to keep an eye on AMPX right there. That could continue that momentum. And then your NMTC right here, that Neuro one, this has been a solid one bouncing around. Like I said, we'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. You do have some resistance up here, but it's been one that'll bounce like a lot. Check this bad boy out. I mean, it doesn't have crazy volume either, but it is bouncing and playing. So if you can get it in and out of it on some trades, it would be a good one right there. We'll be keeping an eye on that. And that Wolf was pulling back pretty good and didn't look as healthy this past the end of the week. It was looking good before, and that did just dip down. So patience on that didn't let us get into it, but we were watching it. And KXIN right here, another penny stock, Doge Mama 9. I'm telling you, this thing might get ripping right there. So keep an eye on that. And that's your KXIN. And let's see what JTAI was doing. That was pulling back too, and that's still at a pretty good spot. That one could still bounce up as well. So I've been watching that. And then obviously your B Hat's having a reverse split tomorrow. We're going to watch this one after the reverse split. So we'll watch B Hat tomorrow. That is an RS right there. So watch that one. And let's see. It should have said it right here. 1 for 50, and it's going to be tomorrow. So at least I think it was. And let's see, that T-Pet, we were talking about this. And again, this one could run right back up right there. That Battalion Oil could continue to run up tomorrow. And this Indo Energy could continue to run up. TMDE is another one. This one's been bouncing around as well. So you can keep an eye on that one. How about that UOKA Doge Mama 9? It's bouncing around pretty good right there. Had a little bit of pullback. We'll have to see what that's up to. Tomorrow morning, EPLW is a long something, a long power. That's what it is. And it was just trying. Yeah, I think it still has too much time to really track this guy down. It looked like it was getting set up faster, but I'm not so sure. That could pull a reverse split as well. I don't know if I like that look right there. VKTX was running up. That has that resistance right there, but looked pretty good. We'll have to see that bad boy. And your KORU right there, Laptop Travel, hit 278. What? Actually hit around 802. Holy cow. So that one's pulling back massive. What did you say? 278. Where's that at? That's all the way up here. Down here, I mean, 278, guys. Let's see. Right about here. That's pretty crazy. Right where the arrow is around there, cursor, I mean. So that's a big dip on that bad boy, KORU. So definitely watch for more dip opportunities on that. You definitely want to. And then the airlines right here have been dipping pretty good, and we'll have to keep an eye on them. Remember, we were watching these dip down, and we were talking about these. We'll see if they want to continue down tomorrow. So maybe some other ones that want to fall back down. And Doge Mama 9, keeping an eye on them penny ones, that's for sure. And let's see, yeah, so our airlines coming down. How about Michael Anthony's list right here? ABO, that was dipping down. Delo was coming down as well, and that's below the support line, so it's definitely has some good resistance now. And UEC we looked at already was pulling back. And then that Tiger's been down here just kind of hanging out. And what about PD? Is the one that's looking good. That's the one I liked. You guys know that. And how about this, guys, while we're jumping around? Who said that Palantir was going to go to 160 before it went anywhere? It went to 161. How did we do that? At Sam Point that puts based off of Michael Anthony. I did say it was going to that 50 right there at 160, and it was up here the other day, as you can see. It was right at 160, and I said we're getting it at 160. It went to 161, guys. How crazy is that? So there you are. And what is bore right here? The show is our show a bore today? Oh, a bore drilling you wanted to look at. I'm sorry. Let's see. That's an interesting one right there. That oil and gas one. It was dipping down pretty hard. I gotta see this thing over here. Yeah, that thing looks like it might be dipping down some more right there, Doge Mama 9. I'm not gonna lie. I have to write that one down. Look at Boer in the morning, see what that's up to right there, and see if that wants to run. Let's see, fold right here. There's not. Oh, there's a recent USD. I didn't want that. I wanted these guys. There wasn't a whole lot. That's what I noticed. Expeditors or something. EXPD. What does that say? Expeditors. I don't even know what it's called. Is that Kroger? Yeah, there you go. Kroger's up and looking pretty good. And the Dow, Dow Inc. Whatever that is that the Dow? I don't even know what DOW is. Dow Inc. That's a chemical company right there. And it looks like that was setting up. So not a whole lot on my scanner right there. That's for sure. That's never a good look right there when that happens. Palantir's at 152 right now. Wow. Well, it did hit 161, and then I said it would be coming down. It didn't look like it was going to be that great. It had that resistance, but it did blast off on Friday. And now, guys, maybe I'll put the put on it now because I think it might be coming down. And obviously it is if it went all the way to 152 already, but we'll keep an eye and see if Michael Anthony's if we played it right. If I called it right now, because Michael Anthony's call obviously got trashed by what I said, but we're still all about it at his 125, or he said 120. We'll see if it gets to 125 down here. And like I said, we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, see if it gets bearish, and then we'll take it from there for Palantir. So there you are with that. Some fun Michael Anthony stuff right there. And let's just take a look at our Jolie's jams and see rhythm right here. I think this could get some rhythm. The cannabis stocks not looking too bad, guys. MSOS, Tilray right here. Oh, I got to post my high on Wall Street this week. I did it about Tilray. They just bought another brew company. What was it called? Brewdog. They bought Brewdog from the UK. And yeah, that was a pretty big deal for them. Let me see where it is. Hold on. Let me see where Brewdog. Here you go. Buys craft. Yeah, I can't even talk. They buy craft brewery Brewdog for $44 million. I just did a video about it today. So there you go. I know all about it. They're going to keep 733 jobs, and like 400 and something are getting axed right there. Nearly 500 been see like that, and 38 bars were lost. And I seen all this information today. So there you go. Tilray. Remember, I've always said Tilray was the smart one in the cannabis sector. By kind of breaking it up, they started buying these breweries like microbreweries and things of that nature. They own a bunch out in Colorado and all over the place. And then they own the cannabis stuff, and then they have health and wellness. So they kind of broke it up and then go all in just in cannabis. And it kind of helped them out because it's been a pretty solid one, to be honest with you. And it looks pretty good right there. And canopy growth was up a little bit. And that doesn't look too bad right there. So there you go with a few of the cannabis sector ones. And let's keep an eye and see what Blink is doing right here. Don't blink or we're going to miss it. It was pulling back a little bit Friday. It looked like it bottomed out the other day, but I don't know. We'll have to watch it. It looks like it's bottoming out and trying to get set up. It's just been taking a while. Sezzle doesn't look too bad. Thursday, yeah, I don't know if I was even paying attention to it Friday. Now we'll have to watch it pull back over here, I think, into the 68 area, 69, 70. See if it pulls back there for Sezzle, and then we'll have to take a look at it and see if it's better. And there's your Sterling pulling back a little bit. That looks like it could come down some more. And you know this thing moves around pretty big, so it could have a big dip right there. And there's that Rivian not looking so bad. And how about Symbiotic was pulling back? And that does not look so good right there. So there you are with your Jolie's Jams and your laptop travel list right here. Airy, let's see. That bad boy was up a little in the after hours. Let me take a better look at it right here. If I could type it in, I don't even know what I'm typing in. What the heck is it? AIRI. And there you go. That has like that mixed look, laptop travel. I can't tell what that wants to do over the weekend. Ampy right here, Amplify Energy. Now that one could be a good one going into earnings probably tomorrow, and that certainly is. So if you like earnings play, keep an eye on that. And then what about your CVU? And that's CPI Arrow Structures or something like that. And let's see, that doesn't look too bad. It does look like it's going to curl up. So we'll look at that. GTE, Grand Tierra Energy. Oh, that could have some more energy right there. GTE, I think that one could be running. And let's see, that's a Canadian one right there. You did have Indo. We looked at it, and it doesn't look, like I said, Indo could be a good one. Battalion, T-Pet, based on of oil just blasting off some more. And OPXS right here. Let's see what that's up to. Aerospace and Defense. That could set up. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. And PNRG right there. Prime Energy. Excuse me. And that's oil and gas. And obviously that could bounce right up. It almost looks like a healthy pullback on Friday. REI, isn't this company out of business? Or no, this is something different. Isn't there like an REI, like outdoor store or something, and they went out of business? I don't know. But anyway, Ring Energy right here. We'll have to see what that's up to. That's in the top. I might have to look at that with some resistance over it. But obviously some energy plays are looking pretty good. And your WTI is WNT Offshore right there. And that was spiking up. Now that looks like it could be a good play right there. Laptop travel for your WTI. So definitely keep an eye on that one. And let's go ahead and see what's going on with our Luis Rodriguez list over here. So I'll pop it up because I had him put it up first thing during the show. And here we go. Let's take a look and see what Adobe is up to, Luis Rodriguez. Let me take a look and see. Adobe, it wasn't looking bad last week. We kind of have to look at all of these, I think, in the morning, to be honest with you, and obviously the entire market. But this Constellation Energy could be ripping back up. It did have some nice pullback on Friday, and that could be popping. SMR we looked at, and nuclear, we'll have to look at that. Like I said, they were pulling back right there, but you're saying you like nano nuclear as well. And it does have a little pullback look to me. So we'll definitely look at them in the morning as well and see if they're getting set up. They could be good bounce plays this week, that's for sure. CCJ Camco Corp, that's a uranium play. And that was pulling back. Let me see what it wants to do right there. Oh, I cannot type tonight. Holy cow. CCJ. I mean, that looks like Friday it wanted to continue to go down. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And this LEU is at what is it called? Centrus Energy right there. That doesn't have too bad of a look. And again, these energy ones are interesting plays when oil gets ripping. Some of them can completely run up as well. And Marvel right here was looking good. I know that was popping on Friday. Now that could continue its way up. T-Pet we talked about, not bad. I think that could continue its way up as well. And IoT right there. You had mentioned this Samsung or something in the Discord or on here. I don't remember, but that could continue. IoT, that could be a little momentum play there tomorrow, Luis Rodriguez. And we were talking about our Boyle and Gush, obviously, and they're both looking pretty good right there. Boyle is your natural gas. Gush is your oil and gas right there. So Boyle looking pretty good. Luis Rodriguez, this one, I had it on my list, I swear. This one I said was looking good. I wrote it down, favorite play. It blasted off on Friday. It ran really nice right there. Oh, it ran up in the, oh my God, I didn't even see it in the after hours, Luis. Oh my goodness. I had thought that thing was looking gorgeous. I said it on Thursday. I remember saying it. You mentioned this thing and it was looking great. And I know I said it because I wrote it down and put like a big star next to it. Like, definitely play that thing, get options on it, look into it. And guess what I didn't do, guys? It's up 51%. Holy shit. That thing got blasted off. Oh my God. What does it even say? I don't even know what they do. A biotech company, FDA vaccines and gene therapies chief somebody, I don't know, clashed with Unicure. I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm just going to quit while I'm ahead right there. So, geez Louise, guys, that one was a beauty. This QCLS, QC Technologies was running up on Friday too. I did see this, and that looks like it could be a good momentum play right there. QCLS. So keep an eye on that one right there as well. And in your UVXY, we'll take a look at that one. UVXY, let me see. Yeah, that's looking pretty good right there. I bet your VIX is looking pretty. Whoa, 30. Remember, it was at 20 the other day and it ran up Friday. I know that. Holy shit. That, remember, I was saying that thing was looking so good. Damn. I guess when I keep saying things are looking good, guys, we just got to capitalize on these things. I swear. I say it all the time and then don't react to it. Why not? What is wrong with us? Anyway, we knew that was going to go, and then you just know the market's going to go down when the VIX is going up. So you can play it both ways, to be honest with you. And we got to definitely take advantage of these things. Louis Rodriguez, make sure we're taking advantage. And Sam, you're going to be Sam. We're going to be sure that you're taking. We're all taking advantage of these plays, guys. If you're in the Discord, not only do we have like. The Discord is Sam. Tell everyone how crazy is our Discord. I mean, Sam's just a member. He's not an analyst or anything. So I'll let Sam. You type up something in this thing and tell everybody what you think of our Discord, Sam, because you're one of our top guys, I think, of trading. You and Yosef, I swear, are probably two of the top traders, guys. I mean, Sam is up so much, guys. It's absolutely astonishing. I'm not gonna lie. Me and Ben just scratch our head and say, Sam, can you just trade for us? Like, we'll tell you what's going on in the market. You analyze it, and then you do the trading. Sam is such a good trader, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not kidding. He is so good at it. It is just mind-boggling. It's hard to get that good at trading. I'm telling you. You guys know I know this stuff inside and out. And I think I'm going to get better at trading, though, Sam. You're going to help me, too. But I think I think I'm going to be a lot more focused here. And but Sam is completely focused. Let's put it that way. And he is. He's just absolutely he's just crushes it all the time. But he just takes like what we say on this show, and then he takes what we do in the Discord, and Ben does a morning note, which is just stellar. I mean, his morning note's unbelievable as well. So between his morning note, what we do on this show, my night note, and between them things and what we do in the Discord, it's crazy. And Sam will tell you about it. But anyway, Sam, we're going to get you your own little, you don't even have to be an analyst. Just sit there and tell us like what calls you're getting into and what you think we say. And we're going to give Sam his own little page in there and let him just let us know exactly what call. Like I said, he's got it down to a science, guys. I mean, when we're like, yo, the market doesn't look good, like how I said the VIX was looking good and these things, Sam immediately just knows like, hey, we're going to do Q puts, SPY puts, this, and knows the price exactly where to go, and then to be patient with it. Like he's really become a pro. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty wild, guys. And so yeah, we'll all take lessons from Sam, because like I said, trading is a tough thing to do. I'm not gonna lie, it's psychological, just really difficult to do it, and we all know that. Believe me, we can pick out the charts and everything else. It's quite easy to do that. You guys that follow along on the show, you guys know we can tell you everything that's gonna pop, even 100% or 1,000%, whatever you want to know. We can do it, but then it comes to the point where you have to be able to execute the trades perfectly. And I think everybody could always use a little help. And I wouldn't say Sam is like the greatest master. I think Sam will tell you that he would probably have room for improvement, because I think everybody your entire life will always say that. If you don't, you'll probably get humbled by the market, and that's why I'm saying that. But Sam is a master at it, guys. I'm telling you, like I said, he's just got it down to a science where he's figured out a system and a rhythm and a routine, and he just knows how to read the things and just execute it perfectly. So we're going to add a little something in our Discord as well, because Sam's calls are great. I'm telling Sam, let us know. Like I said, just type something up in the thing. I'll read it. Tell her, like we talked about it before. He's got to be up, like, since he joined the Discord, and I don't even know if he's been in it for a full year. I think he's up probably like he's well over 1,000%. Let's put it that way. But it's like kind of astronomical. He just had his biggest trading day the other day, right, Sam? Was it Thursday you had your biggest trading day, or I think it was Thursday or Friday, I forget. And I mean, he's like grown his account, like he's had 30% days. Like he's grown his account 30% in a day. And like you're talking, he was up over like 1,400% in a year. I mean, it's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it's wild. So big shout out for Sam because he deserves it. But yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna really get to executing these trades perfectly, guys. I think it's just focus on like how Sam does it. He focuses on what the best play of the day is. You don't have to scatter all over the place. We go through the market, like I said. I literally, guys, I'm not even gonna lie. If I just sit there and pay attention to what I write down, even on my note when I take notes after the market, I literally wrote this down. I have it right here. It's right down here somewhere. Hold on. It was Thursday, right? Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. I'll find it. I know I wrote it down here somewhere. Where the heck? Oh, here it is. It was on Luis Rodriguez's sheet there. And then I wrote it down as a top play. I remember I wrote it down somewhere as to definitely look at it. I don't know where the heck I wrote it, but I know I wrote it down because I remember putting a star next to it. It's out in my trading shed. I know where it's at. It's in the trading shed. I went out there in the morning and wrote it down and put a star next to it. I know exactly where it's at now. I know I did it. And then yeah, I didn't even take advantage of it. Look at this thing. It's up. It's up like almost what is that? I can't add, but it's up over 80%. I could tell that between Friday and the overnight hours, and maybe I might have sold it on Friday. I don't even know because it was hitting resistance, but still looking good. But holy cow, that's a huge option player right there. So yeah, we got to take advantage of these things. And again, we'll just do a way better job of trading them all. And we'll get locked in like Sam. That's all. That's what we have to do. We just got to get locked in like Sam. How about that? And that's what we're gonna do. SNL, right? SNL, SLN. I didn't know SNL had a skit on the market. They don't even have a stock ticker. Look at that. The Saturday Night Live should have a. If Madison Square Garden can have a stock ticker, why doesn't SNL? Look at this thing. That took a nice little dip right there, Luis Rodriguez, that Madison Square Garden. But that was crazy. And what the heck are we talking about? SLN. That's it. Silence Therapeutics. Whoa, that was ripping. I don't know how silent that was on Friday, but it was running up there. I have no idea what it was doing. But it is a biotech company. It wasn't looking bad. We'll look at it. Palantir right here. You know, we were looking at that. And like I said, we'll see what happens. It looks like, honestly, we'll get to the 178. I don't know if it'll get that high. It could get to like 170. We'll see tomorrow. I'll look at it and tell you how much higher it wants to go, if it's going to run some more. And then we'll take it from there, because after it's done running up, obviously it's coming down. I don't know if it's coming to Michael Anthony's price, but it's coming down. Lockheed Martin looking really good right there. And your Huntington Ingalls, these guys were looking pretty good again on Friday. There's your Northrop Grumman right there. And that was looking good as well. And your CVX is Chevron, and that's going to be running up. Your Oxy right there, your oil plays, they're going to be looking good again because the oil is way up there. So I would say oil up 17% overnight. USO, all them guys are going to be running up there. So we'll be keeping an eye on all that. And there you go, Luis Rodriguez. Thank you for your list. And let's continue on. That's our laptop travel, Luis Rodriguez, and our Jolie's Jams. And let's go through, see our Mag 7 and big caps, and then see what we have going on over there. And then I'll go through and see what you guys want to look at. And then we'll wrap it up because, again, it's a daylight savings time, and I'm kind of exhausted. I mean, that daylight savings time's a killer. I don't know about you guys. And it was really nice out in New Jersey. Yo, guys, did you see? I had to post that video. Holy cow. I went and took my wife's car to the car wash. I always go to the same car wash. And they just made a new one, like right down the street. So this one, actually, you want to hear something pretty cool. You don't hear of anything being free in this day and age, that's for sure. Well, since they just put a brand new car wash like a block away from this thing, I mean, they just built the thing. And the old one that's been there like my entire life that I've always gone to, they made all the vacuums free. So you just got to go over and push the button. And they had done it a couple of weeks ago, like before this place had opened. I had seen it because I went in there and I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. The vacuums are free. So You can go in and get the vacuum and do that for free. So whatever, people are going to take their time. You're just patient with that, and you're cleaning your car, no big deal. But holy cow, guys, it was nice, and everyone was at the car wash. Well, people are out of their minds. I'm telling you what, people just have like no regard for anyone around them. They don't even care about anybody but themselves. It's just bizarre. Like people, I thought I was in another galaxy after I got hit in the head. I mean, people are just out there completely. I'm go watch that video. I mean, these people in front, I'm telling you, I was sitting there for like 25 minutes, not even lying. I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, I was just sitting there like, and all the lanes were, and then not only that, other people were coming in and cutting me and this other dude off, and you can see him because we were actually trying to. That's why we had to like go scoot up there, and like be right on them because people kept coming up and taking the ones that were gonna be, like we were just sitting there being patient in line, and this like truck with a dirt bike comes up, and I'm like, yo, dude, like I'm just waiting. He's like, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get out and smack somebody. So anyway, I stayed patient anyway and didn't yell at anyone. But then I'm sitting there and it's just taking. I mean, these people are insane. They're literally like they must have spent like $40 on this stupid freaking car wash thing because it's like $3 or $4. Like say it's $4 each time, and it gives you a certain amount of time. Well, like the thing will start ticking down, and then you just like put quarters in it, and it'll maintain the time. It'll give you more. Well, they would just let it run out of time and then go back and put like another $4 in it. And they did this like 5 times, guys. Why I'm like, what are they doing? So, needless to say, I'm sitting there and I'm just watching this go on, and I'm being patient for a long time. And then my patience was just running out because I couldn't even figure out what the hell they were even doing at this point. Not only did they not know what they were doing, they were walking around the car. So at the end, they have like this vacuum thing. I mean, I've never even seen anyone use it in my life. I don't know why you would even bother. You literally get out of this car wash and you go down a 3-lane road, a 3-lane highway. Like, I mean, you go ripping like 50, 60 miles an hour. You can drive your car real quick. I'm telling you, it's fast. So anyway, I don't know why anybody would waste their time. They literally went over, got another $5 or $4 to put in there to start drying their car with this machine. And I am like looking at me and this guy are now looking at each other like, what the hell is going on? Now, mind you, there's another sign that says no buckets. Like they don't want you to bring your bucket. Like the guy next to this guy that was sitting in the guy in front of me. I was almost done when he finally pulled in. It was so crazy. And so yeah, the guy in front of him, he had a bucket. He was in there for like 40 minutes. He had been there this whole entire time that I went in and cleaned my wife's car. I Windexed the windows. I cleaned the entire interior, vacuumed the car. And again, it's a free vacuum, so I wasn't even rushing. And yeah, this dude had been there the entire time. Them other people in front of me had been there the entire time. So I'm like, great, they should be done soon. I don't know what was going on. So yeah, they're trying to dry their car off with this machine. So finally, I'm like had it at this point. I'm like, yo, just drive down the damn road and your car will dry. Save yourself the $4. I've never used that thing in my life. So me and this dude next to me, like I put my window down because his window is down, and we're just looking at each other like, are we like seriously watching this happen? So we're going back and forth talking to each other, and I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm in another planet. He's like, I know. He's like, this is crazy. Like, what is wrong with all these people? And I'm like, I have no idea. Every single one of them, all the rows, they was just like crazier and crazier, each one that you looked at. And they were all there for like 30 minutes, except for, yeah. And the people that were there that we got cut in front of, they were there for like 30 minutes. I don't know what everybody was doing. I'm telling you, it takes like 6 or 7 minutes. You're in and out of this thing. I don't know, but it was the craziest thing. Watch the video. I posted the video. You'll see these people trying to dry off their car with this machine. It's like a hair dryer. Like it's like a shop vac thing. I'm like, and they're trying to get like every single drop. I was like, holy cow. I had it at that point. So finally, I'm like yelling out the window to this dude. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, do they not realize that they're wasting their money and they could just drive down the street and dry off their car as they drive? Like, what do you think they do in the rain? Like, what the hell are they doing? and he's just cracking up at this point. So finally, I guess these people hear me because I'm being pretty loud. I mean, I'm not cursing or anything, but I'm getting pretty. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop wasting your money. Just go. So finally, like they all pile into this car, and like mind you, there's like 4 people working on this car. I'm like, what are they all doing? And they all have. So here you go. They all have like the hoses now are just like intertwined. They're everywhere, and they got all the brushes, the hoses, everything laying on the ground. And I mean, it's just, I should have taken a picture of it. I never seen anything like it in my life. They were all just connected. So then they pull out of the thing. Now they're trying to pull out. The thing's like stuck on their car and they're dragging them. And then they drag and then they're on the ground. I'm like, holy cow, these people are crazy. So then they stop and the one girl gets out and I'm like, don't even bother. And now she's trying to get them all untangled and fix them. And I'm to roll out because I wanted to pull into the thing. I'm trying to drive up and she's walking towards my car. And I'm like, yo, I roll down the window. Let me go. Don't even worry about it. I'll take care of it. I promise you. She's like, oh, no, I'll do it. Another 5 minutes goes by, guys. She's trying to untangle this thing. I'm telling her, I don't want to get out of the car and like help her. I'm just like, can you just like leave them and I'll just take care of it because I don't really, I'm just trying to pull my car in at this point, like up enough and then I'll do it. And yeah, she's over there. And again, I can't really get out to help her because she's got these things. They're so tangled up. And now, mind you, she's like grabbing a hose and she's making it worse. Like she's not helping the situation. So I'm just like, please just stop. And the guy behind me that I'm talking to, he is just like lost it. He's like pissing himself over there. And I am just telling him, I'm like, please, can you stop messing with them? I will untangle it. No, she wouldn't stop, guys. She continued to try to mess with them till the point where she couldn't get it done. And then she looked at me and I go, I've got it. Just go. I'm trying to pull in. I will take care of it. I promise you. And she's like looking at me. Now she's not like a kid. It's like an adult. And I'm like, what? And this dude, he's dying. Like he's laughing so hard. I hear him laughing out of his car. I'm like, holy cow, what is going on? I swear, I was waiting for like, did Ashton Kutcher do that prank show? I don't remember. I was waiting for somebody to get out and be like, yo, you just got pranked and want to keep your patience because it was the most bizarre thing I'd ever seen in my life. And yeah, if you go to the car wash, don't take 40 minutes in the freaking thing to wash your car. Just go through the thing and let it do it for you. If you're going to take 40 minutes or do it in your driveway, like people want to go in there and just do it, or go and not like 100 people are there. That might be a better idea too. Oh my goodness, guys. It was the craziest thing I have ever seen. I mean, I probably see crazier things every day, but it just seemed very bizarre to me that this was going on. And I wasn't the only one witnessing it because the guy next to me, he was just dying. Like we were just talking to each other this whole time. Like, oh my goodness, I don't understand it. So yeah, the cherry on top when they had all the hoses completely intertwined, and and I'm telling you, she spent over 5 minutes and still couldn't get it done, and left all the hoses laying on the ground, the brush thing, everything. I was just like, oh my god, I can't. I've never seen anyone do that in my life, and I've been going to this place since I was like 17. Like literally, I've been going, and I go all the time. I keep trying to keep my car clean, so it was crazy, guys. It was literally crazy. That's why I had the videotape. But so anyway, let's get back to our show. Just a little car wash rant right there for you guys. And yeah, that was life in New Jersey today. It was beautiful out, and everyone wanted to go get their car washed, but no one knew how to actually go wash their car like a normal human being. It was crazy. But anyway, here we go. Holy cow, it was so wild. And let's go through our wild market right here. And our Mag 7 again, they didn't change since we looked at them in the beginning of the show, but we'll look at them again. Apple was down, obviously, right there. Overnight futures. Let's see, Luis Rodriguez. Did you just post them up? I just seen a thing pop up. Oh, wait, you got to we'll listen to. I figured you were gonna have some jingles for us. So Luis Rodriguez is on fire, guys. I mean, he's got a jingle for like everything. I'm not gonna lie. And so he has an overnight futures jingle. So we'll get to that. That's what I X'd out of my X. That's what it was. I knew I X'd out of something. I got to get that over here. Hold on real quick. I'll pull that up and put it back in there. There we go. All right, so that we can do them. All right, let's run through our big time list and see what you guys want to see, and then we'll see what else is going on. And our jingles, we'll end it with some fun jingles there. And Amazon right here, and everything was pulling back on Friday, and it looks like it's going to continue to. At least that's what it looks like from Friday into the overnight, and overnight trading looks like it's way down right here. Meta dipping down as well right there. And your Microsoft, Larry, weren't you asking? Somebody asked about Microsoft. I forget who it was. It was Larry. Look at that. Larry did ask about Microsoft and Sophie. And we'll go through Sophie in a few moments there, Larry. So hold tight. But Microsoft, a little flat. Honestly, I wouldn't trust it right here. After that kind of run up, Larry, and the kind of week, you may come back down to the 20 right there around 401 and then try to bounce up maybe 402 or something down here, 403. But watch for a little pullback right there, Larry. That's what I would suggest. On Microsoft, it doesn't look bad. I just know the market doesn't look great. That's the thing. And the market not looking great could override Microsoft looking pretty decent. And the video looks like that should pull back a little bit more as well. And obviously, we'll look at these things in the morning at 7 a.m. when we do our pre-market show and see exactly how things want to look. But Tesla also looked like it wanted to come down. Let's go through the rest of the list right here. AMC pulling back right there. GameStop was up. I did see this Friday. Has some good resistance. We'll have to see. I don't know if it gets through that MACD. I think it bounces down. I don't know what it was bouncing up for on Friday, to be honest with you. I didn't see anything, but I don't think it really gets cruising that big. So we'll keep an eye on GameStop and see what it wants to do there tomorrow. And then your Chewy right here was down, and Unity had been looking good, and that finally pulled back out of the channel. So we'll see if that wants to pull back a little more. Netflix finally pulling back a little bit. Doesn't even look too bad, to be honest with you. And there's Paramount trying to regain itself. That actually looks like it might bounce back up right there for Paramount. So Warner Brothers right here, we'll keep an eye on this, obviously. There's no more fight over the hot chick because Paramount's taking it, and they're paying out all kinds of money. I mean, it's crazy. Could you imagine if that deal falls through and they don't come up with the money or something? Wouldn't that be some wild shit? They'd still have Netflix to $3 billion, I'm sure. But, yeah, that would be wild. I'm not saying that's happening. I'm just saying that would be a wild scenario right there if that happened just after all that hoopla went down between Warner Brothers, Netflix, or Paramount and Netflix. And there you go. And AVGO, let's look at our semiconductors because that was pulling back. Well, it ran up in the morning. I remember this up. Well, it ran up until the afternoon, then pulled back. I know it ran up, and then it did pull back right there because we were looking at MU as well. And then MU had a pretty good spike in the morning. It was running up. Yeah, it ran up in the very beginning right there, and then it definitely dipped down in the late afternoon right there. So MU was pulling back as well. And let's see what TSM, and it does look like it wants to pull back there more, and so does TSM. All them guys look like it's we'll see if they still have that look in the morning. SMCI holding itself up, but we'll see if it continues to. And AMD looks like it's pulling back right there. So interesting pullback for all them. Oh, let me type in QCOM maybe. There you go. I didn't even know QCOM had dividends. Maybe I did because I remember sometimes when I trade some of these things, and I don't look at the dividends. Obviously, if you trade them in a certain time, you'll actually get paid out like the dividend. I'll see it sometimes, like my account will come in like on a Saturday or something, and it'll say like dividend paid. You're like, what? I don't even know what the heck they're talking about. And it was just from trading it. That's kind of funny. And but yeah, I didn't even realize that Qualcomm had dividends right there. Michael Anthony must love this bad boy. And let's see, it's not looking terrible right there for Qualcomm. We'll have to look at QCOM in the morning like everything else. And Snow was going up. It does look like it could continue up right there. Snow, we'll have to put that on the little momentum list right there. Not that there's a whole lot, but there's a few that don't look too bad. And then your PayPal right here pulling back. And that doesn't even look too bad either. So keep an eye on that one right there. Intel pulling back, and that was looking a lot better the other day, and that is definitely pulling back now. And obviously, Dell had that good run up, and I think that might see a little pullback here but we were all over Dell early, knew that was running up. Didn't take advantage of it, but I did tell everybody that was going to blast off. And IBM, not looking bad, did have that pullback in the after hours for IBM right there. And let's see, it doesn't look too bad. I would say let's keep the IBM. I'm writing IBM next to Bohr right there, BORR. How about that, Doge Mama 9? Because IBM has an interesting look. And obviously, we'll be looking at Palantir, and Larry was looking at Sophie right here. Sophie doesn't look bad at all, actually, Larry. I don't think it looks bad. That's almost like a healthy pullback right there. I think that could be a decent one tomorrow. We'll look at it and see exactly what it wants to do in the morning, but it doesn't have a terrible look. It looks better than SanDisk right here. That's pulling back like MU and all these other guys. So we'll watch for that pullback and see if it wants to continue tomorrow. And Adobe right there, not too bad of a look. Just be careful in this market. Oracle is another one that was jumping up the other day and a little healthy pullback. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. MicroStrategy is probably going to get destroyed again because Bitcoin just went back to 66K. And I don't think Bitcoin's really going to be running too hardcore, especially in the middle of the war. I think your oil is going to be one that people are going to be playing. We'll look and see what gold and silver want to do. Like I said, silver was looking a little bit better than gold. I don't know what I'm typing in right there, but gold right there is up. And silver, though, I'm telling you, that silver does not look bad. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how it looks in the morning for gold and silver, if they're going to be good ones going into this week. And let's see, Robinhood pulling back a little bit. Coinbase was pulling back as well. And then your Webull was pulling back, and that's dipping down after the earnings and everything else. So that's dipping down there. And then, of course, Space, not looking so great right there. Virgin Galactic. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Let's put it that way. It just doesn't look like it's ready to pop tomorrow. We'll say that. So we'll see when it's getting set up. Boeing was popping back up the other day, and I forget, didn't Trump agreed to quadruple production of advanced something weaponry and something else, and I think that was pretty good for Boeing right there. So let's see what's up with Boeing, and let's see, Boeing could run tomorrow. I was just reading a message actually. I'll tell you, I want to hear something crazy. So I'm coaching Dougie's T-ball team. They have like so many kids sign up for T-ball, which is a great problem. I'm not gonna lie, that's a beautiful thing. So they had like way too many kids, and clearly not enough coaches, people volunteering. So I was just going to be like an assistant coach and help the people that I've been coaching with, like in the T-ball for the last couple of years. We've had the same kind of team, and I wasn't going to really change it up, but I know the people running the league, and they hit me up the other day and were like, yo, dude, can you do us a big favor and coach a team? We like really need you. Because if not, we're gonna have like tons of kids on every team. We just can't get anyone. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. You guys know, I'll be a sucker for it if you ask me, and I'll do it. So anyway, long story short, everything runs off of these apps today, and for some reason, you guys know I'm out of it sometimes. I don't even know what the heck I do half the time. So I'm probably not the best person for this, but I'll do it. It's only T-ball. It's not that big of a deal. But the app thing, I guess I have like 2 accounts under the same email and everything. It's like so difficult. Like I'm trying to get in there all day today because they just gave me the info last night for my team, and we literally start practice Tuesday. And I'm like, and I got to tell everybody. So all day I'm like contacting them, and now the lady that I coached with last year, her and her husband, she's the one that set up everything for the app. And so she's trying to help me because it's all messed up and I can't get in there to contact my team because it's just, I have 2 accounts set up. It's just all crazy. They're like, dude, what did you do? I'm like, I don't know what I do. Like, why are you asking me? Like, I don't know half the shit that I do half the time. So I don't know. So they're trying to get it all figured out. And she was just texting me, and she was like, yeah, we sent out a message to your parents, and for about Tuesday, get that thing set up tonight, please, and I'll talk to you in the morning. So I was just reading that, but just behind the scenes stuff, just funny things. But yeah, that's how all the team sports all work. You have like an app, and you got to contact everybody, and all that good. And honestly, it's T-ball. That's about as hard as it's going to be. And I think they might even have it all uploaded. I have no idea. That would be amazing. If it's all uploaded already for me, that would be great. But I'm not even sure. I can't even get into it. So that was half my day today. I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to the president of the league, the vice president of the league, and now the lady that tried to set it all up. And no, and we still can't get it done. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just message your team for you. How's that for now? So I was like, perfect. So anyway, that was behind the scenes. So yeah, Tuesday evenings, and I'll be doing baseball, and it's only like 2 nights a week, and for like a month or 2 months, like a month and a half or something. So it is fun. I definitely enjoy. I coach my daughter's softball team. I loved it, and and I've coached Dougie's teams, but I was just an assistant coach both years because clearly I shouldn't be the head coach with a brain injury. But whatever, I'll make it through, and we'll be fine. It's only T-ball, but I probably won't be volunteering to like head coach the coach pitch league and stuff like that. It's pretty involved. I mean, they got a lot of stuff going on. It's all travel and stuff. Like I said, we have I think like 7 teams, 6 or 7 teams they had to make for all the kids that we had signed just for T-ball. Like we have an entire league now for T-ball. It's kind of crazy. They used to only get like 2 teams of T-ball kids. Now we got 6 or 7. And so that's a beautiful problem. Like I say, the numbers are like really up for all the enrollment for like every league. I mean, they're like crushing the numbers the last 2 years. And I told you guys, remember what I told you? I told you the story how the last board, and this is just shows you guys. You want to hear how crazy things are? Here you go, because I can tell you exactly how it works because I'm involved with it. And so yeah, remember I told you the last board in town and Belmar board, there was like 3 bank accounts and they had to get thrown out because they were stealing money. And of course, one of the council members was involved in all that stuff as well. Then it seems like our council members are involved with all the boards that money's missing from. It's quite amazing. I figure that one out, everybody. But anyway, long story short, so they had to get rid of all them because they were stealing all the money. And now they changed all the like the whole board got changed. They opened up a new bank account. They changed everything. I mean, the league runs great. You could tell it runs great. They have record numbers. Like they were having numbers like when I was playing as a kid. We used to have full leagues. Like we didn't have any travel except for All-Stars. That's the only time we did travel. We had entire leagues just in our town. We had like 7 teams for every single division. It was insane. That's how high like that they were like our numbers for signups every single year my whole life. And now we're seeing them numbers again. Go figure. We're not stealing the money from the league and all that stuff. And now all of a sudden you have record numbers coming out. You got all these people getting involved. Like I said, you get a lot of you get more people that want to be the assistant. Usually for the head coach, like I said, some of the leagues, they're pretty involved. Like it's a lot of work. And that's why I said I probably won't do it. But T-ball, I was like, whatever, I'll do the T-ball since you really need me to. And it's fine. It's T-ball. And then you can even pick whatever assistant coaches you want. And I actually, my one assistant coach, I coached hockey with the one year. So we know each other well and we coach together, and Dougie and their kid are really good friends. We've gone sledding together and they used to go to school together. So yeah, they're really nice people, and I was like, yeah, just let me have them as my assistant coach because I know we work well together, and then we should be perfectly fine. And so anyway, a little behind the scenes in sports, baseball, t-ball, and all that. But yeah, just isn't that fascinating though, guys? Like they changed the board. They get the people out of there that were stealing money. And now all of a sudden they have record numbers and more money than they can ever imagine. It's crazy. The bank account has all kinds of money in it. They redid the entire field. They did all kinds of stuff, all new equipment. They're buying all kinds of shit. And then before they used to have like fundraisers for everything. You practically had a fundraiser just to get your uniform before. And now all of a sudden you do like 2 fundraisers is all we have to do. And everybody gets new equipment. And isn't that fascinating? It's amazing, isn't it? So it's just crazy. I'm telling you, it goes on I told you what happened at the VFW, and half the people that were involved in the baseball thing, they were also involved in the VFW as well. So yeah, the apple don't fall. And they're right across the street from each other too. It's kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, the money gets stolen like crazy, guys, and I talk about it. I don't care, and I tell you, no one's going to argue with me. It's exactly what happens. And again, I have here, I have the VFW letter. See the letterhead right there? That's literally it. I'm gonna make the video. I just didn't have time. The video's getting made, trust me. And so yeah, I have the state video. I've told you all about it, how much money got stolen from the VFW. It's eye opening, guys. It's actually it's bonkers how much money got stolen. So yeah, that much money. And again, the baseball organization, they had 3 bank accounts. I don't even understand why you need 3 bank accounts. What are you doing with 3 bank accounts? I didn't even know. I could, as a business person, I still can't figure that one out. Like, where were they funneling 3 bank accounts for? I don't know. I still don't get it, but that's how much they were stealing, and it's so crazy, guys. So anyway, long story short, let's go through our to finish up here. And but yeah, that was a little behind the scenes, and I was trying to do the show and read. I can't, you guys can probably tell if I start reading something, I just can't talk and read at the same time. It's pretty hard for me to do them 2 things at once. So I just kind of have to stop and do that, and you probably could tell I'm looking at something. But anyway, that was what I was looking at, and the baseball organization trying to get me into this app, and I just can't get into it. But Nike can't get into it either because they're dipping down right there. Lulu is dipping down as well. I know they were because I remember seeing it the other day. It was pulling back pretty good. There you go at Lulu dipping down. McDonald's right here. Here we go. Red market, McDonald's. That might be a bounce play right there, guys. I would probably keep an eye on MCD right there. Could be a good one tomorrow. Disney looks like that one could pull back. And Oxy's probably going to be a good one tomorrow. And we looked at DXYZ, and that was already pulling back pretty good. And there you go. So let's see what you guys want to look at, and then we'll go through and look at a few, listen to a couple jingles before we hop off and call it a night, because it is our daylight savings time. And tomorrow it's going to be 7 a.m. pretty quick, I feel like, because that extra hour losing, just, I don't know where it goes, but you just don't seem to go to bed as early, and then you got to wake up early. So it's a killer, and I want everybody to have some rest. So let's see what's going on. We were talking about oil being up 17% overnight right there. And let me see, I'll run through these bad boys. We were talking about a lot of this stuff at the beginning, so let me just keep on cruising. And we were talking about T-Pet, Indo, and Battalion Oil right there. So they're probably 3 good ones to keep an eye on in the morning. Doge Mama 9 and everybody. These were penny stocks, believe it or not, just until last week. So these things kind of went a little wild right there, and you can probably keep an eye on them because they could continue to go wild right here. And then here's Indo. It's still down, and that one could bounce right back up there. Hims was halted overnight, Luis Rodriguez was saying, and that one blasted off at like the last 15 minutes of the trading session on Friday. Look at this thing in the well, if I type it, what am I doing? Holy cow. Hims right here. And look at this minute chart right here. It was just chilling. And then what time is that? 6, what time? Let's say, no, 6:07. So hold on. Is that right? What the hell? Oh no, that wasn't right. I was looking at March 6th, and then it says 7:30. I was like, that's too late. It's after 7:00. Didn't make sense. 7:30 on the dot, guys. The last half hour, this thing went nuts. Somebody had that in mind. They had it set up for that. And then it got halted. So that was interesting right there. What is this talking about? Novo Nordisk right here. Let's bring it up and we'll read what you're writing. Novo, NVO, and Hims and Hers have reportedly ended their public feud, with the drug maker deciding to sell its weight loss on the telehealth platform. I don't even know what's that mean. So it was Novo. They were the ones that were suing Hims and Hers, right, Luis Rodriguez, if I remember correctly. And now they're going to end it. Well, that would definitely make Hims pop right there. So yeah, we have to look into that. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. And let's see, Larry, we looked at your Microsoft and Sophie right there. We were looking at Palantir, gold, and all that good stuff. Boyle was up over 10% in the overnight, Luis Rodriguez was saying. And that's cruising along right there. Check it out. Your natural gas going way up. And let me see what else is going on. Gush is up as well. Gold is down at 463. And like I said, we got to keep an eye on that, see, because that's way down right there. Silver, there you go. I was asking Luis Rodriguez what it was at, and he said it was at 73.59 right there. So there you go. It's pulling back. And let me see what else is going on. Crude oil, yeah, that thing's going way up. KORU was taking a big old dip there today. It got down to, what was it? 300 in the overnight right there. And didn't you say it even got lower? I think, I forget, but yeah, there you go. That was a huge dip right there. And Laptop Travel said huge upside potential. South Korea will roar when oil stabilizes. So, and this BORR, we'll look at that one in the morning. It's bore drilling right there, and we'll have to see. It looks like it wants a dip, but I'll have to look at it in the morning right there. Doge Mama 9. BNAI, Brandon Gate. This thing's been running. I think, wasn't it Janica that gave us this thing like way early? I mean, like back here in the 20s. It's a 56. That's crazy. And I mean, it doesn't look too bad. We have to see. It's down. Oh, well, it's down big. Never mind. What's it down? It's down to 43 some. Well, it's down pretty good. And Palantir right there is at 152. So that was dipping. And your VIX and your UVXY were up. And Luis Rodriguez said he's drained. And there you go. I think everybody feels that way, Luis Rodriguez. I'm not going to lie. And then Sam, I don't know where Sam went, but we have to get Sam to give us a little feedback, or tomorrow. I don't know if he stepped away, but he'll have to give us a little feedback. I asked him at the beginning. Tell us what you think about that, about the Discord, because like I said, Sam is like a master trader. He's just gotten really good at it, guys. He's focused in on it, and we got to just I got to interview Sam. How about that, Sam? Let's have an interview. I'll pick your brain, Sam. How about that? So yeah, I'll hit up Sam. Sam's great, and I tell you, Sam, I tell the story all the time because it fascinates me right here. This is like one of the coolest stories, guys. I mean, you can't kind of call a cooler story in the market. The fact that Sam had always, now he lives in Nebraska, like out that way, obviously, and he's always wanted to go to the Berkshire Hathaway meeting. They have an annual meeting over there in Omaha, and then you get to see Buffett and everybody that's part of the crew. And so he always wanted to go. I mean, obviously, if you're a big stock person, you're probably going to like Warren Buffett and them kind of things. And if you live in that area, it's definitely a really cool thing. So Sam always wanted to go. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, I always wanted to go. I'm finally going to go to this one. He shows up, and it's when Warren Buffett retires. Like, nobody knew he was even going to retire. Sam was there when it happened. Like, he heard it live before anybody, before it was even reported on the news. Sam already had that info. And that is just really cool. I just always find that a really cool story right there. He showed up at the right one. That's where he could have went to the one before that, and it would have been a dud. But he goes to this one, and literally Buffett retires. I mean, it was the craziest thing. That's huge. That's like huge, something huge in the market. And to say that you were just sitting there, you happened to be there when it happened live, I think is really cool. So just a cool story from Sam. I think he might have stepped away. He usually is chiming in here, and I know he'll listen to the replay, and he'll chime back in. But anyway, there you go. Let me see what else is going on in this crazy market, and we'll wrap it up so everyone can get some rest. We were already looking at the most active over here. Let's see, that Parasso is running up huge, and MOBX has been spiking around. There's DXST, that decent holding. TPEP, BHAT's a reverse splitting. And let me see that. There's that Elong right there. We'll look at that. We'll look at everything in the morning, obviously. And my little guy has off tomorrow. It's a teachers in service, so and that's interesting as well. Yeah, Sophie, I don't think looks that bad right there, Larry, but we'll look at it in the morning. Plug was pulling back, but it looks like it could be healthy. The Big Bear right there didn't look too bad. And let's see, Ford big dip on Ford right there. And there, look who pops in, right? We're trying to hop off, and look who comes in here. And our cat right there was spiking pretty big. And how are you, Michael Anthony? How was your weekend? Did you enjoy daylight savings time? Did you have a little party? Dow down over what did you write? Dow's down over 1,000 points, and Nasdaq over 600 points. S&P down over. Is that true right now, Luis Rodriguez? Are they down that much? I have no idea. Let's see. We get this stuff right here. Let me see this thing. I didn't even look at it, to be honest. Oh, I just clicked off it all. Hold on. Down 2% for your Dow. Your S&P's down 2, and your Nasdaq's down over 2. And I don't know what that equals in points, though, Michael Anthony. You could be right. I have no idea. I don't know what that equals in points. The Russell's down over 3.5. Your Nikkei is way down over almost 4 euros. The DAX is down. So there you go. Bitcoin is selling off. We were looking at that already, Michael Anthony. So you're just a little bit late. You were watching Kramer, I guess. Yeah, Bitcoin's back to 66. We were talking about that. Let me see which one. Tell me everything you want to tell me right now, Michael Anthony, before I try to sign off. So we don't sign off 15 times tonight. How's that? How do you like that? So go ahead, Michael Anthony. Just go nuts. Write everything you want to tell us this evening, and we'll go through it real quick, and then we'll call it a night, because everybody is kind of exhausted, Michael Anthony, not from you, but daylight savings time, I think, gets everybody. It definitely gets me, and I think it gets everybody drained, because it's just a weird thing. And so I wanted everybody to be able to hop off and get some rest this evening, including myself and you, Michael Anthony. So go ahead. Go nuts with some crazy typing right there. We'll look at these couple right here. If you have anything else to add in. If not, tune in at 7 a.m. I was just saying, my little guy has off, so I can probably stay on a little longer tomorrow morning, and we can check out the market. It might help, because we might need to do that anyway. So he could just kind of hang out up there and color or do something, and that'll be fine. So yeah, we could do a little extra time tomorrow morning if we have to. That won't be too big of a deal, because again, I don't have to get up there to run out of the house. So maybe he'll still be asleep. That would be pretty cool if he sleeps in. That would be nice. He may want to. It's daylight savings and messes with everybody. So anyway, here we go, Michael Anthony. Let's take a look at these few right here. KDP is that Keurig Dr. Pepper. That could get bouncing right there. I do like that. What's our Pepsi up to? You know, I like Pepsi. I used to drink a lot of the soda. I don't anymore, but I do have a bunch of the stock. I told you it doesn't do anything. Oh, do I get a dividend check? Look, it has like $1 something, $1.42 dividend. When it pay March, I should be getting a dividend check, I guess, huh, Michael Anthony? There you go. My Pepsi stock's I'll put it right back into the market. How's that, Michael Anthony? You like that? That's exactly what I'll do. And it doesn't look bad right there. We'll see, though. That 20 coming down on it. Same thing with Coca-Cola. I don't know if I trust any of them. So we'll look at these tomorrow morning, Mike. I'll even write them down. Your soda plays right here. I mean, soda does do pretty well when the markets are tanking. That's for sure. It's usually pretty safe. People love their soda. I mean, it's addictive. It's like crack they put in that stuff. So all the corn syrup and stuff, no wonder why they always do well. It's like practically selling drugs in a bottle right there. And so yeah, I know I used to be addicted to it too. So it's definitely a good thing to quit. That's for sure. Don't drink so much soda, and it's really bad for you. I know that. You'll probably lose a lot of weight too if you stop drinking it. But anyway, there you go. And I'm not even so sure these ones look great, Michael Anthony, to be completely honest with you, with that look. And let's just go through, recap what we thought might be good for tomorrow. Q puts, how about them tomorrow, guys? They may be pretty good. How about your USO? Holy cow. If I had held them options, Michael Anthony, they would be worth a whole lot of money tomorrow. But guess what? I couldn't hold them because they expired Friday at the close. So I had to get rid of them because that's all I had them going into. But Rocket Lab still not looking bad right there. We'll keep an eye on, obviously, our Boyle and Gush right here, both looking pretty good. And I'm not going to lie, iron looks like it's going to go down some more. And so does Play right here. So if you want two plays that could be really dipping, take a look at them. Carmen right here doesn't look too bad. And that's an aerospace and defense one. Sinez Tech and IMRX, guys, looking pretty good for both of them. I'm not sure what's going on with that Sinez Tech, but we'll keep an eye on it. AMPX was running up. Still don't look bad. IoT could have some momentum still. And QCLS right there, not bad. And remember, we were talking about this QURE. This one could have some momentum right there. I'm pretty mad at myself because I knew that was going to run. How about Snow? We'll have to look at that one. Did I write that down? I don't know why. I guess it could have some momentum right there. We'll look at it. I don't know. I'd probably look at that tomorrow before I'd write it down. Katos right here. We'll look at that one too. That's getting set up. Rivian was getting set up right there. And that Galt's not looking too bad. And then your KXIN and a couple of your penny stocks, not so bad right there. And then remember your Battalion, your T-Pet, and of course your Indo right there. So there you go. Oh, that's not Indo. This is Indo right here. That's not Indo. Somebody get me Indo. I need some Indo. Here we go. There it is. Indonesia Energy Corp right there. And there you go, everybody. So I would say that's what we have for this evening. And that's what the market looks like going into tomorrow. And again, our oil surges above $100 a barrel as our Iran conflict rages on. So we'll be looking at everything at 7 a.m. Like I said, we may do a little longer than 30 minutes tomorrow. I can actually do that tomorrow because my little guy is off for teachers' conference days or something like that. And that is what we have, Michael Anthony. So thank you, Michael Anthony, for chiming in. And Luis Rodriguez, and of course, Laptop Travel, Doge Mom and 9. Larry was hanging out there. And of course, Sam, I don't know where he went, but we'll get Sam. Like I said, I'll have to hit up Sam. We got to get an interview with Sam and his trading skills because they are impeccable. I'm telling you, I gave him a big plug. He should probably cut that and put it on his X and tweet it out. No, I'm just kidding. If he wants to, feel free, Sam. I gave you some good props there, and you did well deserved. Honestly, like I said, you've really. I've watched you just like really get incredible at trading, and I talk to him too as well. We do message back and forth. Like I said, Sam's the one I reached out to when I couldn't figure out on Webull how to take the screenshot. I reached out to Sam and he hit me right back and showed me and told me what to do. So I do talk to Sam and I talk to a lot of you guys. You guys know if anyone ever has any questions about anything in the market related, and that means anything, I don't care what it is, you know, I'm going to have the answer for you, or I'll find it for you, or give you my best outlook anyway. So yeah, feel free to shoot me a message on X. I respond to everybody. You guys definitely know that. And there you are. So I hope you guys enjoyed some daylight savings time here. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Thanks again for everybody tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out of here and follow along on X, Instagram, and YouTube and all that good stuff. And of course, we'll be on at 7 a.m. tomorrow because we do that pre-market show every Monday through Friday. And then, of course, we do this show Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Go get some rest because the daylight savings time is going to make our 7 a.m. show be here nice and early tomorrow. So there you go, everybody. Enjoy your night. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.